For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. Also, I've got a new merchandise store, hats, hoodies and new tee designs, all available right now on the link in the description. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 1 of season number 3 here at Newcastle United. We're going to be uploading this series twice every single day now to try and squeeze through season 3 before the FIFA 17 cycle starts in about 3 weeks time. So make sure you keep your eyes on your sub boxes at 4 PM, which is the usual upload time for this series, and at 6 to 6:30 depending on other things that are going on with regards to my channel, etc. But the second episode will always be uploaded either at 6 PM or 6:30 PM on any given day. So that's the situation now, uploading this series twice daily. The first double upload went up yesterday where we had a season roundup after the FA Cup final in the 4 PM slot. We have been drawn in the pre-season tournament, but I will be simulating the pre-season games this year. We want to get through to the bulk of the season, which is of course the competitive games. We've had our first or the fourth qualifying round for the Champions League drawn. We have Lech Poznan in the qualifying round to qualify for the Champions League. Of course, we finished 4th in the BPL last season. So, as such, we'll be playing the qualifying round, which we should be able to get through quite comfortably. With regards to the money we have available this year, £39.5 million is what is currently available, although I am going to quickly make that 80-20. So we've got about 40 million, basically, considering we'll get some money from the pre-season tournament. With regards what the board thought of our objectives of last year and what they want from us this year, they want semi-final place in the Champions League. That's a big ask. We came up from the Championship, we then finished 4th, and now they want us to get to the semi-final in Europe. Not so sure about that, but we'll try our best. League objective is to finish top 4 again. The budget, as we've seen, around about £39.5 million. In either of the domestic cups, they want us to reach the semi-final. Last year, they were very pleased with us getting to the final of the FA Cup, and of course delighted with us qualifying for the Champions League. Also, big news is that Ayoze Perez is now happy to stay. He was homesick at the end of the second season and wanting to leave, but a day before the end of last year, he came to me with this message and said he wants to stay. So last year's Golden Boot winner wants to stay at Newcastle United, which is good news for us. We do, however, have a couple of players we want to move on. Henri Saivet, I want to get out of the club, and Matt Ritchie. I'm going to be looking for another right-sided midfielder and potentially a new centre mid. Moussa Sissoko is rumoured to be leaving Newcastle in real life. Things have developed since I recorded the last episode. It was Tottenham that were heavily interested. Now Everton are apparently the favourites to sign Moussa Sissoko in real life. I'm recording this at about 5:15 on the 31st on transfer deadline day. So we'll have to wait and see. If Sissoko leaves in real life, I'll try and sell him on and replace him in this series as well. But as has been the case for the entirety of the second season, any signings that Newcastle make inbound in real life won't be matched in this series, but outgoings we will appreciate and sell on any players that Newcastle sell in real life, which is obviously why we've sold a number of players in this series already. But a number of people listed for loan, as you can tell here, a hell of a lot of players listed for loan actually. Newcastle we could perhaps be doing with a new goalkeeper, maybe. One thing that I was surprised to see, we thought the game had glitched and Marko Arnautovic was going to leave us on a pre-contract to Bayern Munich, even despite signing for us in January last year when he was available on a pre-contract. But as we get into this next season, he hasn't gone to Munich. We still have Marko Arnautovic, so we still have our number 1 left-sided midfielder, which is fantastic. So not going to need to replace Marko Arnautovic on the left. We do have Ayoze Perez still and Ayoze Perez and Bakambu as strikers. I am contemplating moving on Dwight Gale, as I mentioned in the season roundup, so we'll potentially be moving him on in this window and looking to replace him. Although I'm not sure whether we'd need another world-class striker. We already have an 83 rated striker in Bakambu, and Perez was the Golden Boot winner last year, so clearly he's already good enough. Not sure what to do in the midfield. Like I say, we're trying to move on Saivet, and Sissoko may leave us also, so we might be looking for a genuinely world-class central midfielder. I'm going to be looking for a Matt Ritchie replacement on the right-hand side as well to rotate in and out with Gerard Deulofeu, who was our second best player last year. A number of goals, a number of assists, one of our higher rated players. So Really pleased with the squad as it is. I don't think it needs too much adding to it, but over the course of this opening transfer window in this third season, we will look to do some business if we possibly can. Adam Armstrong wants to play in the next game, as does Leroy Fair, but I'm just going to be simulating these pre-season games as I've mentioned, and today's episode will probably take us up to the first game of the season against Leicester. Jose Perez gets the winner in that game against Benfica, which is a good sign for the rest of the season. With regards, he's only out for 7 days. That's good. If we can beat Benfica, then that's great. As you can see from the calendar, though, we've got a big chunk of time until the Leicester game, so we probably won't get any games in today. But transfer offer for Dominic Iorfa. He wants to leave. I want to keep him, but he's unhappy. Fabinho is my number one right back. Do I have Fabinho as a backup, sell Iorfa and go for a new number one right back? I might be tempted to if they give me a decent amount of money for Dominic Iorfa. He's a decent player, Iorfa, but I haven't been able to give him the first team football he wants. I would like to keep him, but if someone gives me an offer that I can't refuse, then I won't be able to refuse it. Fabinho, however, is going nowhere. He was superb for us at right back last year, and he's going to stay at the club. So we'll simulate this next game, and I'll start to put some jump cuts in sooner rather than later. Otherwise, I'm just going to be waffling on for the majority of this episode, and we won't have any kind of concise thoughts for you here. But I will start cutting now. We'll just quickly simulate this second game, and we'll just automatically replace whoever it is that is unavailable. It'll be, oh no, not Jose Perez. Clearly, I thought it was like Jose Perez. It's not. Oh, we lose to Universidad de Chile. How can we beat Benfica but lose to Chile? Not too sure about that. What? You signed a contract? Oh, Gylfi Sigurdsson wants a little bit more football. I'm sure he'll get it over the upcoming days, weeks and months. Transfer offer for Jose Perez, 13 million. Still says he's homesick. However, he did come to me and say that he wants to stay. So, I'm not sure there. I'll counter offer 6 for Iorfa here from Nuremberg. Now that they said they don't want to pay the 7, we'll see what they say there. But I'm gonna. Oh, we're close enough to this next game now. We might as well play this too. Scout update from England as well. It's just looking for players that are available on pre-contract currently, and obviously that's not really going to affect us anymore, considering we're only going to do one more season. And if we sign someone on a pre-contract, they're not going to sign for us anyway because we're not doing a season 4. But Deulofeu gives us a brace there to give us a win in the final group stage game. We're going to reject more offers for Jose Perez. If we get any more in, I will select reject all future offers. But the extra money we're going to get from this pre-season tournament will help. I'm now going to start jump cutting. Drop the video a game if you enjoy. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. If you're looking forward to this third season, subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any of this third season. Like I say, 2 videos every single day, so don't miss out. Let's see if we can get some outgoings done. I'm going to delay with my incomings just so I can get at least some feedback from you guys with regards to what players you want me to bring in. But like I said in yesterday's transfer plan video and the season roundup from previous, I am going to be bulk recording a lot of this series. So I'm not going to be able to take all of your suggestions on. But if you want to give me some sooner rather than later with regards potential incomings for this season, I am more than willing to take those on board, so do let me know. We're going to reject all future offers now for Jose Perez because I'm not going to let him go. Even if I was going to let him go, it wouldn't be for anywhere near £11 million. I'd be wanting 25 plus for Jose Perez, considering he was the Golden Boot winner last year. But I'm just going to stop waffling now. Let's see what else we can do in this window. Big offer from Everton for Gerard Deulofeu. We obviously bought Gerard Deulofeu from Everton in a cash plus Florian Thauvin deal, and now Everton are seemingly unhappy with Thauvin and want Deulofeu back. Not a chance, I'm afraid, boys. Transfer offer for Jules Akore. He's going nowhere either. One of my best centre-backs at the club. There have been some big deals go down, though, elsewhere in the window. I will quickly show you them. I have to remind myself to move myself in the editing, but Gareth Bale has gone from Real Madrid to PSG for £46 million, and something that will directly affect us in the Premier League. Thomas Müller has gone from Bayern München to Manchester United, so a big deal there that's just gone through as well. Some other big deals: Andre has gone from Porto to Valencia, and Oliveira has gone from Sporting to Sevilla. We'll have to wait and see what else happens in this window. 3-0 win against Porto in the semi-final of the pre-season tournament. Things are going very well for us right now. Couple of transfer offers again. One for Henri Saivet. This is interesting. £8 million though from Manchester United. Sorry lads, but I think you can afford quite a significant portion more than that. I'll counter offer 14 and we'll see what they say to that. Nuremberg have responded and they don't believe Iorfa's worth that amount of money. Never mind. Dominic Iorfa looks like he might be set to stay. After winning 1-0 in the opening game of the pre-season tournament, we lose by 2-0 against Benfica in the final. Not to worry, we'll take the extra prize money. Man United offered me 500 grand more for Henri Saivet. Alright, well I asked for 14, how about 11? I'd be willing to sell him for 11. Give me 11 million and you can have Henri Saivet, Manchester United. And they're pleased with the performance in the cup, and Bakambu wants to play a little bit more for me. Okay, let's advance a little bit further forward. Big offer for Gerard Deulofeu, £27 million, 1 million more than Everton offered for me, but Deulofeu is going nowhere. However, Stuart Findlay will go out on loan. Every little bit helps when it comes to releasing a little bit more from the wage budget, so we will be able to hopefully get a little bit more money there. We're edging closer and closer towards the first game of the season against Leicester. Like I say, don't think we'll be playing that today. I may edit together the transfer window footage and see how long the video is, and then we might play Leicester at the end of the episode. But doesn't look like Man United are going to pay any more than this for Henri Saivet, so I'm going to sell him. We struggled very much to even get an offer in the previous windows, so I'm going to sell him. Bojan has gone to Valencia from Stoke. Big move there. Transfer offers for Adam Armstrong. He can go to Wigan on loan. That's good. We had another offer there. Was it Cedric Bakambu that it said there? Cedric Bakambu. I'd offer 24 million for Cedric Bakambu. He was good for me, Cedric, but I am sorely tempted to get a big fee for him if I possibly can. And maybe go for someone outstanding at striker. If they accept that counter offer, then fine. If they don't, I'm quite happy to keep Bakambu, but it might be a shock deal that happens. Patrick Herrmann looks like he might be leaving his current club. An offer for Matt Ritchie is something that we were waiting for. Give me 3.5 and he can go. Right on the right side of midfield is definitely somewhere we know we have to improve. Player sold. Henri Saivet has gone to Manchester United, so we are potentially looking for a new central midfielder. We do have 5 centre mids at the... Well, actually, to be fair, including Isaac Hayden, 6 centre mids at the club currently, although I'm trying to get Hayden to go out on loan. But Saivet now sold to Manchester United. Transfer offer for Rico Henry from Real Madrid. Rico Henry's going absolutely nowhere. A fantastic rotation left-back for me. We'll have to wait and see what else happens between now and the Leicester game. Oh, damn. Okay. Something that's happened between now and the Leicester game is that Cedric Bakambu is going to be leaving us for £32 million to go to Bayer Leverkusen. Right. Oh, shit. I wasn't entirely too sure that that was going to go through. Watford have accepted the 3.5 for Matt Ritchie as well, so it looks like we're definitely going to be needing to sign a striker and a right-sided midfielder. Transfer offers in for Jamie Sterry, that will go out on loan, and one for Sells also, but he's going nowhere. He's my #1 goalkeeper right now, and to be fair, the young Favili, if he continues this training, once I eventually actually get around to starting training, will perhaps even be out-rating him. They're both 78 rated right now. I should probably start checking to see who has the better stats. Favili has better handling and kicking and reflexes, but Sells has better diving. A few more training sessions for Favili, and it looks like he might be my #1 goalkeeper. He's also an inch taller, not quite as big built, but that doesn't really matter too much. Looks like Favili might be becoming my #1 goalkeeper sooner rather than later. We'll have to wait and see. Moving a little bit further on. Player sold. Matt Ritchie to Watford for 3.5. 3 million has been added to my budget. And, big deal, £32 million for Cedric Bakambu. 27 million of which has been added to my budget. We paid 20 million for Bakambu, so we've made a big profit on him there. So what does our transfer budget now currently look at? 80 million with a massive amount of wages. We could probably go 90-10 here, actually. 90 million to spend. We need a right-sided midfielder and a striker. Well then, things are going to get interesting in the upcoming... Oh, wow. I can't quite believe that's actually happened. Things are getting very interesting now. We've sold the players we wanted to sell. Saivet's gone. Matt Ritchie's gone. A lot of the youngsters have gone out on loan. Not all of them yet, but a lot of them have. And we've made a big money sale with regards to Bakambu. Transfer offer for Freddie Woodman. He can go out on loan. Now is where your suggestions are really going to come into effect. I'm going to go and have a look at some options of my own. Dwight Gale wants the spot left by Bakambu, but to be honest, I really want to replace Bakambu with someone who is absolutely world class. If we can afford to bring an absolutely world class player in on the left hand side, up top, sorry, and he's valued at 10.5 million. Wow, didn't even realise that for Vili. And if we can bring in a right sided midfielder as well. If I can bring in a midfielder for like 30 million, then I could probably spend up to about 60 million on a striker. Lot of money to spend, a lot of potential that we could add to the side. I really need a right-sided midfielder, and I would very much like a striker as well. Depending on what happens on the rest of deadline day in real life with Moussa Sissoko, will determine what happens with regards to our midfield spots for now. But as things stand, Sissoko is staying. The Leicester game is today? Yes, the Leicester game is today. So that will bring us to a close for today, guys. A lot of transfer stuff already happened in this window, and a lot yet to happen also. A game has already been played. A few games have already been played. Are we Monday Night Football? We're Monday Night Football on the opening weekend. We're the only game not to be played yet. Arsenal, Everton, Southampton, Chelsea, Swansea and Manchester United all winning on the opening day. We'll hope to join them by playing Leicester at the beginning of the next episode. Because we're double uploading, throughout the entirety of the season, rather than just the transfer window, I'm going to be having 2 games per episode. So it gives me the chance to, make sure I can keep up with the double uploads. And maybe towards the end of the season, we may even go up to 3 games per episode if needs be. But 2 games per episode, 2 episodes a day, 4 games a day should be able to see us through this entire season just before FIFA 17 starts. So that is the plan. We will see if the plan comes to fruition. Let me know in the comment section, and especially on Twitter, what you think I should do transfer window wise. Striker and right-sided midfielder are currently the only options we're looking for. Maybe a new right back if I offer ends up leaving. Maybe a new centre mid if we end up selling Moussa Sissoko if he leaves Newcastle in real life. That depends, of course, what happens between now 5:30 and in 5.5. Well, as it says on Sky Sports News right now, 5 hours, 31 minutes, 27 seconds until the transfer window closes. That's how long we've got to know until we know whether Moussa Sissoko is going to stay or leave. By the time you see this video tomorrow at 4 PM, his future will already have been decided, and I'll be acting upon that in the upcoming episodes. But I'm probably going to go and record one more now. I'll probably go and record Leicester and Manchester City and go as far as the first Lech Poznan game. I may even play Poznan and Chelsea as well and see what, and maybe try and chase a couple of my own suggestion or own thoughts for players in the transfer window. But you'll be seeing the episode yesterday where I mention my plans, etc., and I'm asking for a number of suggestions in about half an hour's time. So I will probably wait until that video goes up and see what you guys say in yesterday's episode as you see this with regards transfer window suggestions, and maybe start going for a couple of yours as well. But for now, that's going to bring today's episode to this afternoon's episode to a close. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to make sure you don't miss out on any more of this series. There will be another episode coming in about 2 to 2.5 hours time, so keep your eyes peeled on your sub boxes. But for now, that's all from me. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.